This is Matt Russell, and welcome to the DailyFX Forum.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Kiwi, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. The first chart is the Euro Pound. If you recall, during yesterday's report, I mentioned a potential double bottom setting up here just beneath that 84 figure, which is this low point right here. So prices did rally during yesterday's candle, sort of in the middle of the range here between the 87 figure and the 84 figure. So I would hold off on any entries at this point in the middle of the range, but I would certainly look for a potential double bottom near that 84 figure. So probably 48 to 72 hours is the time frame of this particular trade setup. The next chart is the Aussie Kiwi, and this is the channel that I added. It's again, I don't have very high confidence in this channel, but it did act as clear resistance right here the day after I did put this channel up. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. And now with prices towards the lower end of the range, if you did enter on this short trade, I would definitely have taken profits by now. I mentioned maybe somewhere in the 24.50 area, but certainly now with prices beneath that 124 figure. So moving forward, what I would look for, at least initially, is a small bounce off the lower support line of this channel. But again, I don't like this penetration over here. It's not very clean, but we can certainly keep that line up and maybe take a shot at maybe a 50 or 100 pip bounce off the first initial test of the lower support line here. We'd look to enter maybe a few pips above the line with a stop, maybe 50 to 75 pips beneath the line, and again, look to make at least 100 pips of profit on the upside, possibly hold longer towards the middle of the range. And this trade could set up quite soon with prices just about 150 pips or so away from this lower channel support line. The next chart is the Pound Swiss, and not much has changed here. Also a double top formation here just above that 81 figure. I personally did miss this trade as I was waiting for prices to actually print above that 81 figure, which never did occur, but I did make this recommendation when prices were right at this level. So there's a distinct possibility that some of you did enter on the short trade. If you are short right now, I would continue to hold the trade, placing the stop again above that 81.10, maybe 81 in the 81.20 to 81.30 area. But if you did not enter on that short trade, right now I would just be in a holding pattern and wait for prices either to come back up towards that level where we would enter. But if prices were to come back up there, that would actually lessen my confidence in the overall trade idea here. So that's also something to keep in mind. The last chart is the Euro Swiss, and not much has changed here. This is the longer term resistance line that I've been using for the past several months. I can zoom out here, and let me zoom in a little bit. We had prices break out above and close above, which confirmed the breakout of the line. Then we had prices come back for a back test. It wasn't very clean, as we did have a few closes beneath a level, but then we can see a very clear and distinct rally off that back test, so I would call it a successful back test. So moving forward now, assuming you have no position, what I might look for is prices to make a double top near that 53.77 area and then come down and test the longer term support line. I like to trade always in the direction of the overall trend. So for aggressive traders, you might take a shot at this double top, but I would not recommend that for everybody. If prices do exceed that high, I would exit the trade immediately. But what I would suggest for longer term traders is to wait patiently for prices to come down and test the longer term support line formed by the mid-March low and the late June low right here. Again, this is Matt Russell, and stay tuned for a preview of the DailyFX Forum. I want to go ahead and formally welcome everybody to the DailyFX Forum. And I want to explain a little bit about the forum and the wealth of information that you can obtain from the forum and how to go about doing so, how to find the things you want. So I'm just going to dive right in right now. And this is DailyFX.com, and this is usually how I navigate my way towards the forums. Obviously, you know, it really depends on each individual how they access the forums, but this is how I go ahead and do it. I go DailyFX.com, go ahead and click on the forum on top, and this brings you to the DailyFX Forum homepage, and this highlights the most recent posts with the subject. So if you see anything that you're interested in, you can obviously go ahead and click. What I like to do is click on the forums tab like this, and go ahead and view the forums in the normal, typical way that forums are set up. And here you go, there are a bunch of threads down here. And I'm just going to go ahead and go directly to the forum the video you just viewed where you viewed it. So let's go ahead. This is the DailyFX Instructor Tips Forum. Identifying trades with DailyFX, that's me, and go ahead and click on the most recent post. So this is where you are right now viewing the video, although the video will be the video beneath this one that you're watching right now. So normally when I'm on the forums, and what I would do is just scroll up to the top. Certainly you can check out any of my previous videos, and you know, especially if I did mention them in the report or in the video that you're viewing at that moment. And what I will do is go ahead and click on the forums, and then look for the forums that I like, you know, that I have interest in. One of them would be the Euro-Dollar forum, and this, again, it's really up to each individual trader as to exactly how they want to use the forum. Personally, what I like to do, the first thing I do is I'll go to the Euro-Dollar thread, I'll go and click on the latest post. And what I'll do here is, and again, I just want to, you know, really emphasize this point. It depends on your exact mindset when you're viewing. And me as a trader, I have some experience. So what I do and how I personally use the forum is I go through and I'll read what people are saying about the euro, what their trade ideas are. I certainly, you know, try to maintain my own individual objectivity, and I really don't pay much attention to what other traders are saying in terms of my trading. I'm not going to certainly see something on a forum and then go jump into a trade, but what it will do, it will open my eyes to certain trading opportunities, maybe a certain line or a certain time frame that I haven't looked at before. So that's one way that I personally like to utilize the DailyFX forum. But certainly for newer traders, there are plenty of topics that you can go over. Let's say, you know, you might not be well versed in terms of certain currency pairs that you want to learn about. Scalping, you might not know what Elliott wave is. You can go ahead and click there and see exactly what you can, you know, what you can understand, what you might not understand, and then certainly feel free to ask questions about any of these topics that you have. Maybe the carry trade, maybe you have some questions about that, or the sentiment, the SSI, or the latest economic news, FX programmers, the webinars, MT4. Any questions about active trader, you can go ahead and click on those threads. So again, it's very free, very open, and there is a wealth of information here and just waiting for to be utilized. Again, this is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening.